marks of a really good social skills program? Because we all know we want a social skills program, but when we're out shopping, I, for one, as an autism parent, I don't know what to necessarily look for. What's your opinion on this, Mike?
In the creation of our program, I sort of shopped around and I did a lot of research trying to pull a bunch of best practice strategies and weave them into our program. And so some of the things that you want to look for is one, there always should be direct instruction in social skills, social thinking, um, reading social cues, and as well, this is sort of like underreported, but there's also a need for cognitive behavioral coping skills as well, because there's so much anxiety that often goes along with spectrum disorders that can also either increase avoidance symptoms and make it more difficult to engage really well. So I would look for a program that has both of those, so the social skills and the emotional coping skills.
Mike, I'm so excited to hear you say that, because I think that that is something that gets left out of a lot of programs. And we see for our kids, a lot of times as their social skills improve, the rise in anxiety comes, and it takes people by surprise sometimes. But the
Mhm.
idea of putting those two things together, to be working on that as you're working on the social skills, is absolutely, I think, brilliant.
Thanks. You also want the program to be developmentally appropriate. So, kids who are 4, 5, and 6 need something very different than teenagers, where should be a lot more focused on handling unstructured situations, hanging out skills, and conversation skills, and sort of pre-life skills. So, it can be activity-based for younger kids, and then a lot more conversation-based for older kids. You want to think about that. Um, Optional, depending on the program, you could also look for, is there a reward system? Is there some kind of behavior mod system that helps to support behavior and also reinforce the the adoption of new positive social skills? And another very, very important piece is, does the social skills program collaborate with parents and with schools? The very best social skills programs really occur across the home and school day. And kids that only show up in an office once a week for an hour really have a hard time generalizing the skills from the office to the rest of their lives. But if the therapist works with parents, teaches parents the social skill lessons and language, and or either personally collaborates with the school uh, or provides the information in hard copies to schools, then schools and everyone in the child's life can be using the same social skills language. And when you really sort of cast a net around a child's whole world and immerse them in the language, it's so much easier for them to repeat and repeat these skills until they become new positive social habits.
Love the idea of that. We can see why you're an expert in this field, Mike. You get it.
Thanks.
I think that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Any other tips for us of what we're looking for in a social skills program? Because that's pretty comprehensive.
Yes. There's one other huge piece, which is that it's got to be fun. Um, we're teaching social skills to basically a group of people where it's almost like they have a social learning disability. So they're working hard all day long, and in social skills groups, it's work and to learn these new skills, and it can be frustrating and it can be anxiety provoking for them. So anytime that you can create an environment that is just fun, that's friendly, and that speaks to the need for pleasure in the process, I think you're going to see a lot better engagement and participation from the child and the participants. Parents are going to see a lot less resistance and a lot more just excitement to show up at the program. And it's so much easier to learn hard things when it comes in sort of wrapped in a fun package. So you want to sort of assess any social skills program for that. What's the tone? Does it sound like the right fit for my child and my family?
Absolutely. Boy, you're singing our song here, Mike.
That's great.
Because if it's not fun, it doesn't matter what you're teaching and how good it is. If it's not fun, the kids aren't going to do it. And if they don't
Mhm.
have a lot of opportunities and consistency, we're not going to get it done.
Right.
So I love, love, love these tips. These are great things to look for when we're looking at a social skills program, whether it's a camp or a year-long program. But of course, if you are in the Philadelphia area, Camp Pegasus. You're getting it done and keeping it fun. I love that you're including art in everything, because we know that the arts are a great way for our kids to be able to access things that we couldn't otherwise access. You're doing a great job. Tell us your camp, I can't even speak. The website, I got so excited. What's your website, Mike?
The website is www.camppegasus.com.
And it's a beautiful website. I'm on it right now. Well,
Thanks.
Mike, we think you're doing a great job. I'm thrilled that Autism Speaks recognized you with a Baker Camp grant. We
Yeah.
think it's going to be a great camp, and I'm thrilled that some more kids are going to be able to afford it. So keep up the good work. I hope that at some point you'll be able to expand and deal with our older kids and adults.
We actually have designs on a program called the Wings program, which would be a high program. This is maybe 2 years away in its development, but we're planning sort of like social skills, leadership / employment type program that would have our teens functioning in the morning as CITs, like counselors in training, and then in the afternoons they'd have their own social camp programming, and on Fridays they would have field trips.
Love it.
So that's
And
in the
what's the
future.
name of that program again, Mike? Because you froze for just a second there. What's the name of the program?
One day that will be called the Wings program.
The
Just a
Wings
couple
program.
years away.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to that.